When we talk about the issue of same-sex marriage, I think the first thing to keep in mind is that we are talking about real people made in the image of God. So this is not just an issue, it concerns people. So as Christians, we should approach this question with respect to the people. Although we strongly disagree about the issue, we should respect people, and it should somehow show in the way we speak about these matters. Because Apostle Paul reminds us in his epistle to Titus, in chapter 3, verses 2 to 5, that we also once were disobedient, we were hating one another, we were slaves to various passions and lusts and things like that. But we were saved by the grace of God, not by anything that we have done. So we have to remember where we have come from. If we had met Christians who were very hateful or very angry with us, who shared the gospel, Jesus loves you and I love you too, you know, it just doesn't, the message doesn't go across. So if we talk about same-sex marriage, we have to remember the respectful language, because we genuinely have to respect all people, although we disagree with them. We all have friends who live in various sins, and we can relate to them, just like like we're relating to anybody. And we have to learn this too when we talk about same-sex marriage. Also, we have to maintain situational awareness. Colossians chapter 4, Paul speaks that we have to always be aware of who we are talking to. We have to remember that although there are people who struggle with this issue, like homosexual orientation and are living in the homosexual relationships, and we have to be sensitive to their pain and hurt and their feelings. Yet the other situation is that we are talking about same-sex marriage as a public policy issue, and we're trying to answer what is marriage. And when we are talking with individual people, we have to be extremely sensitive and try to understand how they feel, what are their why it's for them difficult to talk about these issues. But when we talk about the same-sex marriage as a policy issue, we have to be, bold, respectful, but bold. We have to be also ready not to be intimidated by insults, because this seems to come within the territory that when you touch this hot issue, you have to be ready to take some insults. I mean, you're a homophobe or things like that. Although it's not out of fear, it's not out of disgust that we talk about these things. It is because we genuinely are concerned about what marriage is. So I think these are some basic principles that needs to be carried in mind.